It's 8 p.m. Let's get it. Mark and Will, yeah. Mark and Will, yeah.
It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Monday through Friday, player. Watch it while you on the go. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Catch them at 8 p.m. They gon' tell you what they know. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Monday through Friday, player. Watch it while you on the go. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Catch them at 8 p.m. They gon' tell you what they know.
What is going on, people? How y'all doing? Welcome to the Mark and Will Show. Big time. I'm rolling solo dolo tonight. Mark had some business he had to take care of, but he'll be back tomorrow. I hope everybody had a great weekend. Big time. I know I did. Got to spend some time with my family. My big cuz came in town, took care of business, rocked and roll like always. I actually got to spend with my other cousin too. So we took care, family stuff. I hope everybody though, and Juneteenth, you know what I'm saying? Off from work today because in honor of Juneteenth. So that was always good to finally get that acknowledged. So how you guys doing today? We got a biggie today. You know what I'm saying? Supposed to have Coach Wayne Turner on the show today. He'll be a little bit later on in the program. So make sure you stay tuned in for that. This big stuff, man. Let me see who we got on here so far. What's up? Cuzzo's already on there. How you doing, Dre? Hope everything's fine with you. Hope you got home safely and everything like that. Always blessed to have family among us and all that kind of good stuff like that. So, it's all good. All that got good stuff. So, let's see what else. Would be kind of bad of us if we didn't acknowledge yesterday. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Hope all the fathers had a great one, and the mothers who also play fathers. Hope you had a great Father's Day too. I mean, you came up at two holidays, Mother's Day and Father's Day. Father's Day is different for me now. You know what I'm saying? My father is no longer with us. He actually, passed away. Will be a couple of years. So happy Heavenly Father's Day to him, the world, to me and my family. So, we keep moving, we keep growing, we keep doing things in the honor of my father. So William Harrison Woods the first. Love you. All the fathers out there, like I said, a happy Father's Day, and I hope you had a good one. Everybody took care of everybody. So all that kind of good stuff. What's up, Mom? How you doing? Everybody doing okay? Bang! For people who've been close to me, you know what I've been doing. And I have created and actually came up, with the blessing of my partner, Mark. He let me go ahead and do what I have to do. So we're here, guys. The website, www.markandwillshow.com. Don't go over yet. Wait till after the show. You know what I'm saying? I mean, unless you can multitask, you got all that good stuff. You good with that? But it is here. You see right there. That's how you catch us. All the social media stuff. Everything's at Mark and Will Show. YouTube is Mark and Will Show. You know what I'm saying? So now we have the mother lode. We have a website. Was able to go ahead and get that done. Thank you for all the people who I reached out to, who actually helped me go ahead and figure out, which site I was going to use and things like that to go ahead and create it. But it's here. It's a banger. So make sure you check that out. On that website, what's up, Shannon? How you doing? On that website, you're going to be able to disconnect with us in many different ways. We talk about a blog. We're talking about our awards that we give out. Talking about how to connect with YouTube, all our social media, all the different shows that we've done as far as The shows that we do on FNC and the gaming show, that's on there. How to get connect with that big time. Hey, check it out. Hope you guys enjoy it as much as I enjoy creating it. So definitely be on the lookout for that. Actually, that ain't lookout. Just tap it and you're gonna be. Hope you please. Hope everybody's pleased. Um, Something that we do, you already know it's gonna happen this Friday. FNC. Check that out. It's a banger. Gonna have a special guest approach a couple of people, so we'll see if they can come and join us on the FNC. 8 o'clock this Friday should be fun, big time. You know what I'm talking about? Here's a little treat for you.
What I am going to say is she has the right to do that. I kind of feel for Michael B, but then again, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You go on about your business. I think it's been publicized too much. If it was just me and you, my relationship, it wouldn't be like that. So my thing is this: she said no. I'm moving on. I heard that she was with Jack Harlow. I don't know if that's true. They're lying, but I don't know. But my thing is this: it is what it is. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Men do it all day, every day. I mean, I ain't gonna bring him up, P. Diddy. I mean, you know, I'm single, but I'm dating a girl. I mean, you know, come on, man. I mean, that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing out here. They have the right to do what they gotta do.
What's up,
I'm
Mom?
not gonna bring them up. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, it is what it is. But you know what I'm saying? Let her live a life. Let him live his life. I hope he finds somebody who's willing to settle down with him. She's 25. He's 35. She ain't ready for that. Like I said, this is the second proposal. It's just a second proposal.
Okay.
Not a first.
Yo.
Okay.
Yeah. Come on, calm down. Mark, we let Mark go.
Okay.
Go ahead, Mark.
I wanted to go.
No, I want to do the girl, lights all. Go ahead, Mark.
Girl, gotta go.
I'm. Hey, dog.
Wow. Okay.
She just went crazy, didn't she?
Yeah.
Hey, dog. It's a hot girl summer, man. She wasn't gonna be.
Right there, FNC. Also, Mark and Will Gaming shows on YouTube. It's on Mark and Will Gaming. Check it out. Mark's doing his thing. I'll join him shortly to go ahead and take care of that business and see who I can do. Who I can go ahead and beat real quick. You know what I'm saying? Knock you out, Madden and all that kind of stuff. What's up, D? How you doing? That's always fun. All right, let's get into some news. Let's get into some sports, guys. Cardinals land class of 2023, number one running back Reuben Owens. The second, some site got him the number two running back. 1, 2 to make no difference. That what they're doing in that class is remarkable. Woo! Remarkable. Never seen nothing like it. I mean, people say NIL, they can say whatever. I don't know what's going on, but I know that class is banging. All these 4 stars, 5 star, whatever he got to be. If he ain't a 5 star, something's wrong. But impressive Satterfield. Congratulations on you on that one, man, because y'all are rocking and rolling. Like I said, Reuben Owens the second, number one running back. Wow. All right, guys, let's get into the scoreboard. June 19th. Okay. So, baseball scores. We had the Braves took care of the Cubs 6-0. Thank you, Braves. I'm so happy with that. Nationals beat the Phillies 9-3. The Pirates beat the Giants 4-3. Red Sox beat Cardinals 6-4. Orioles beat the Rays 2-1. Blue Jays beat the Yankees. Dang, Dre, I know you upset with that 10-9. Marlins 6, Mets 2. Way to go. Brewers 6, Reds 3. Come on, man. Tigers 7, the Rangers 3. Rockies beat the Padres 8-3. A's beat the Royals 4-0. Angels beat the Mariners 4-0. Guardians beat the Dodgers 5-3. Diamondbacks beat the Twins 7-1. Astros 4. White Sox 3. Today's score so far, you have the Braves with a 1-0 lead in the third. Going to the fourth. Pirates up 3-0 over the Cubs. You have the Tigers losing to the Red Sox 2-1. Yankees 1, Rays 0. Finally, you got the Mets beat the Marlins 6-0. Come on, man. We need that loss for the Mets. Later on tonight, you got the Cardinals, Brewers, Blue Jays, White Sox, Royals, Angels, Diamondbacks versus the Padres. And so let's see what's going on real quick right here. Let's see. Let's get in the standings. So in first place, you have the Yankees with an 11-game lead over the Blue Jays in the American East. In the Central, you have the 1-game lead for the Twins over the Guardians. In the West, you got the Astros with a 9.5 lead over the over the Angels. You have in the National League East, you have the Mets with a 6-game lead over the Braves. Come on, Braves. Let's get it together, baby. In the Central, you have a deadlock tie, the Cardinals and the Brewers, 38-30 record. And in the mighty West, you have the Dodgers with a half lead over the Padres. Ready to come back on that one. Hey, if you're joining this show, Coach Turner should be up in here in probably about 10 minutes or so. So we'll see. We'll rock and roll with that too. But we got some more things to talk about because we had a biggie. Y'all know what happened. Y'all know what happened. We got a biggie, but we had a biggie. Boom. Now, Mark and I talked about this game. We already know. You know, Mark, for selfish reasons, wanted the Celtics to win. So Father's Day would have had a basketball game, and everybody been, with the spirits and celebrating and all this kind of stuff like that. A great day. But the Warriors took care of business, handled that business. 103-90. It kind of played like I thought it would. Celtics came out hot, jumped on them. You know what I'm saying? But they couldn't withstand that, and so end up down in the first quarter. Wow. And then it was over then. It was over. Curry was on a mission. Curry took care of business. He had help, of course. But 34 points he got, he wanted that MVP. But let's go on and get into the box scores. Draymond Green came to life at 12 points, 8 assists, 12 rebounds. You got Porter with 6. You got Wiggins with 18, 5 assists, 6 rebounds. Hey, great series for him, man. Ain't nobody can say anything about him anymore. That's a wrap. Curry with 34, 7 assists, 7 boards. Clay with 12 points on 5 for 20 shooting. Poole had 15 points. Gary Payton II had 6 points. For the losers, Tatum had 13 points, 7 assists, 3 rebounds, 6 for 18. You got to be bigger than that. Championship game. 19 points for Horford and 14 boards. Hey, he went out with a bang. I heard you, man. Great series for him, too. 10 points and 7 rebounds for Williams. Smart had 9 points, 9 assists, 6 rebounds. Got to get a little bit more than that. Brown had 34, 7 boards, 3 assists. He tried to, keep him in the game. Hats off to him. The bench really didn't give him nothing. So that is what it is. Congratulations to Steph Curry, Draymond Green, Klay Thompson. What's this? 4 of them things. Iguodala. He done came back. I don't think he got 4, but he done came back. He got one more to add to the cabinet, the trophy cabinet and everything. Congratulations on them for taking care of business. Like I said, they was my preseason pick. Boom! They were supposed to beat the Bucks. But hey, I didn't get that right. But I did get that, and I got the Warriors in 6. Big time. Ooh-wee. Smash mouth football. Big time like that. So, all right. Let's see what else is in the basketball world. What's going on? Like I said, Curry wins his first NBA Finals. They always try to find something to nitpick with. He ain't won MVP. Man, you playing with other stars, man. I mean, he did his thing. You know what I'm saying? He was playing with the Red before, and all that kind of stuff. But hey, he got one. Get off his back. He's a champion. Way to go. You know what I'm saying? It's adding to the trophy. And the thing about it is, they ain't done. That's a scary thing. Y'all know why they ain't done? Because you have news like this. Hornets had a head coach coming in. Warriors assistant actors turns down the job. Unless he's got another job that's better that's coming, he decided to go ahead and stay with the Warriors and say, forget it, I'm good. I'm Gucci. He's Gucci. Hey, congratulations, because he's like, man, I'm trying to do some bigger and better things. I don't know, maybe, yeah, like I said, when you win that championship and you think you get some more, as if he don't go nowhere. But hey, sorry, Hornets. Is Curry top five all time? What y'all got? What y'all in the comments? What y'all think? If y'all, you know what I'm saying, still with us, what's going on? Big time. Yeah, Dre said Spurs got five. Yeah, they got five. Yeah, but Warriors, they got five also. I think they won one in the 70s or something like that. You can toot that horn, but okay. Top five. Is Curry top five all time? I'm going to go ahead and normally I would throw this to Mark, let him go ahead and give his stuff. So I'm going to give mine first. He's not in my top five of all time. He's knocking on the. I mean, he's in the top 15, top 10ish probably. But you all Jordan, LeBron, Kobe, Kareem. The last one you can go with Will. You can go Oscar Robinson, Magic. There's just so many. So now he's not in my top five, but his resume. He get another one, man. Because the numbers is there. He's put the numbers. Now he's getting them championships to go with that. It's gonna be hard to keep him out, but that top five, I mean, that top three is a lock in my book. But a lot of people got Kareem already doing the thing and taking care of business. So we'll see on that one. But he's not in mine, but he ain't done, man. He might get one or two more. Can he tie MJ? And so the thing about it is, some people base greatness on. I'm going on what I see and what I think, and we'll see on that one. So you know what? My guy is on here now, and we ain't even gonna wait. We are not gonna wait. Let's see. We are not gonna wait. We're gonna bring Mr. Turner up here right now so we can go and get going. How you doing, Coach?
Doing good, man. How you doing?
Fine, man. I'm doing fine, man. I'm glad. Are you on your phone?
I am because the link expired.
Oh, you okay? You okay? I know I said it early. I was gonna say, can you turn your phone so we can get it like lined up? You can just turn it. There we go. There
Is
we go.
that better?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay.
All right, guys. Right now we got a treat right here. We got Coach Turner, Atherton High School head girls basketball coach. That ain't. I mean, hey, it shocked me because our mutual friend. It shocked me. You know what I'm saying? Because and granted, I know. I think what 2001 is when you started.
Yes, sir. So,
Okay.
my bad. I'm sorry.
Are you fine?
I'm
Okay, go ahead. Hey, man, let me go ahead and bring you in. Also, Hall of Famer, two-time NBA basketball champions with the University of Kentucky, big time Wayne Turner. And if you know me, if you have followed me, I even had blessed with conversations about basketball in the University of Kentucky. I've always said I thought Wayne Turner was Rick Pitino's best point guard that he's ever had. And yeah, Peyton, Steve, I'm talking about him as period. But Wayne, man, hey, I'm telling you, boy, you're monster with that. Welcome to the show, man. How you doing?
I'm doing all right, man. I appreciate y'all having me on. I
Hey,
was having some difficulties with the laptop, but hey, it's this internet world, right?
yeah, right. Big time, big time. So, you know, we know about Kentucky. We know about All American High School, and we hit some of that a little bit. But I want to talk about Atherton High School, the girls basketball. How'd you decided to be the head coach, man? How did that happen, Wayne?
Well, I stopped coaching in Louisville about 2018,
Mm-hmm.
and then in 2019, um, I was still wanting to coach. I was trying to make a decision if I wanted to or if I didn't. And, obviously, basketball's embedded in me. So, I felt like, it's my service to give back. And one thing that popped up was there was a lot of in-school security monitor jobs open. And in my off seasons, when I was playing pro ball overseas, I would come home to Boston and I would work at an alternative school and, try to help the youth out in schools that were, having a hard time. And when I saw something in the paper that said that there was availability for in-school security monitors, I thought, it was just a good place for me to be in. And, fortunately, I landed at Atherton, and I hadn't heard anything about Atherton. I asked someone about it, how the school was, and I got nothing but good things about it being, a great academic school. And, I wanted to go in and help out. And that's how I ended up there. And when the girls' jobs came about, basically, I thought about it because I hadn't coached girls before. I mean, I've trained them before, but I've never uh, had coached a girls' team before, and was actually the head coach. And it was just a good opportunity for me. The athletic director, Jeff Bruston, gave me the opportunity. And, I read somewhere that said, if someone gives you an opportunity, take it and worry about, what I'm saying, figure it out later.
Right,
So, that's how I kind of jumped into,
right.
Atherton.
So let me ask you this, Coach. Um, granted, it's you got different youths and things like that. Uh, did you have to break it down to them, let them know, because athletes, I don't care what sport it is, they gonna be like, man, you know what you doing? Who are you? Like my daddy might have sniped. Like if the parent said something, then you had a little bit of leverage. But a lot of times they make, man, I don't know about you until they have to look it up and say, oh, okay. So how was that dealing? Like what I'm saying, letting them ladies know that hey, coach was a baller too.
Yeah, well, I'm an old head, so I mean, obviously, a lot of the kids in this generation don't know. It's the parents that really know.
Mm-hmm.
Who, my reputation anyway as a basketball player, in Kentucky. So, basically, once I took the job, I started getting interviews, and cameras started coming into the practices and interviewing us and interviewing players. And that's kind of when the question kind of surfaced around, like he must have been, something, and he must know what he's doing because we've never gotten an interview for our team.
Right, right,
So, that was the start right there. But yeah, mostly the parents. I think the parents educate them on, who I am, and I try not to, um, go back to. I've never really I give them in spurts,
okay,
of
okay,
when something's happening or whatever. I'll throw it out there, but it's always been hard for me to kind of talk about
right,
myself.
right. Hey, it ain't about it else. You don't have to. Your game talk for itself, the history and stuff like that. Let me ask you this, Coach. You just said it. You never coached girls before, so how was that different? I mean, what kind of changes was that you had to do to get used to that, to adapt to that?
Well, it was different. You hear the stories and stuff from, I mean, old school stories, and even now to this day, that kind of was like the only thing that was um, pushing me away. But I got two daughters, so I'm raising two girls, and my oldest daughter's 20 years old, so I think they helped me more so than anything to surrender to really being the head coach at Atherton. I know how to deal with girls. I know they're emotional. Most of them are, and it's just a boundary you got to keep. You know what I mean? As a different sex, I mean, you have to keep a certain boundary, especially as a coach. Like, they're not allowed in my office if my assistant coach is not in my office. And things of that nature. I mean, you just got to be careful of, especially nowadays. And you know, I keep it coach.
Right, right,
I'm coach. You know what I'm saying? So and that's it. We don't. It's basketball, and whatever personal, life problems that you have that you want to share with me. And obviously, I'm gonna get your parents involved too after you do share. So,
Right.
that's why I try to keep it out.
Yeah, and that's definitely a must and all that kind of stuff like that. So when you took the job, it was right in COVID, right? So how was that? I mean, because new coach, COVID, you can't really do stuff. And I saw where I think your first game was what in February or something. When you
Yeah, yeah. No, we didn't get started. We actually started live practices, team practices, and like right January 19th. So we only had like 2 weeks to practice. And, I think COVID might have helped, because I was tired of being in the house. I'll be honest with you. I want to get out. And when they opened that up, I was excited. But for me, it was good because I was changing the culture. I was coming to change the culture
right,
of African girls basketball. And I think the way I came in couldn't have been any perfect because I kind of I was weaning into, you know, with the players to help them better understand. It was a great way of me helping them better understand what my philosophy was going to be.
right,
Because all we could do was train. We couldn't team practice. All we could do is train and go over drills and stuff like that.
right,
So it worked out perfectly for me.
right. Let me ask you this: for the players that get ready to come in, some players maybe the student bodies that maybe want to work out and try out for your team and different stuff like what's your style of play, coach? I mean, how's the offense look in defense? What kind of offensive defense you run?
Well, if anybody knows me, and where I come from, the tree I come from, I'm a defensive minded coach. Like you got to be able to play defense with me because that's what I was taught.
Right,
And I get it. Yeah, I didn't get it then, but I get it now. And at some point, I did get it then. And because I think defense is effort. I mean, you can show the technique, you can teach it, but you gotta want to play defense to be a good defender.
right,
And that is my motto. Like we're gonna press, we're gonna zone. I play for Tubby too now,
right.
so we we're gonna mix it up. Because I love the way Coach mixed it up with our offenses. I mean, with our defenses. And on offense, I mean, I'm motion. Like if you're a big man, you can bring the ball up. I watched Antoine Walker at 6'9", 6'10", bring the ball up when he got the rebound. And I was the point guard looking at him like pass the ball. And he telling me, man, go ahead, I got it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, cool, I'm the two now. You know what I mean? Like, so, my whole style of coaching is I'm not going to limit a player from what their abilities are. If they can handle the ball, if they can play on the perimeter, they can post up. That's where that's where you're gonna be at. I'm gonna put you in the right position to where you could, excel.
Right. And that's good stuff. Big time. So I already
And
know.
today in life, it ain't no positions.
Nah,
Don't
position.
nobody
Yeah,
really got a position today in life. We
nah.
don't know who the 4 or the 5 is.
But let me ask you this. I mean, what I'm saying? Anybody that's follow you and things like that, like you said, know the coach of your tree and stuff like that, you got to be in shape. So how is the conditioning? I mean, what kind of conditioning are you doing to these ladies? You know what I'm saying? Because I know they got to run it how you probably want it. I know you got to, you got to be in shape.
Absolutely. I mean, and that's the part, they try to run away from. Preseason is that's where you get your mind right. That's where you get your body in shape because once the games hit, we ain't got time to be, teaching a whole lot. I mean, we still, it's high school, so you still have to teach. There are some kids who are inexperienced and just learning, especially at Atherton. But, you got to be in shape. Being in shape is, that prevents injury.
Right.
So, yeah, I want to thank Coach Ganong from the University of Louisville for instilling the 3-minute run in me because, hey, that 3-minute run ain't no joke. And it's a certain amount of lines you got to touch.
Oh
You
wow,
got to touch.
wow.
You got to get like 20, at least 24 touches, I think was the minimum.
Oh,
that you can get in 3 minutes.
oh my God.
And I mean, it's possible, but if you can do that,
Right.
then that lets me know you're in shape.
Woo wee. Look, I want to be that young lady asked, Coach, if we don't make it on the first one, do we got to run it again? What's going on? Woo!
Oh, it's a beast.
Yeah, I
It's
bet.
definitely a beast.
So, Coach, let me ask you this: how's the support for the afternoon basketball team, for the girls basketball team? How's
Oh,
it?
the support is amazing. I think, now that COVID's I mean, it's dying down. I don't think it's completely dead, but it's
Right,
dying down. My parents are definitely on board. They'd always communicated, always helping out, always helping fundraise. The support is amazing. I mean, our athletic director is amazing. He's always giving pointers, always, you know, trying to give us ideas of how to raise funds. And I mean, the whole school as a whole, our new principal has been amazing. She's definitely a sports person, so she's definitely on board with what we're trying to do as far as changing the athletics. And no, I'm happy with the support. The support has been nothing but what I can only ask for.
okay. Let me ask you this, Coach. Um, and this is just for people watching and everything. How do you like you got young ladies that's it's break club teams and stuff AAU. Do you encourage them to go ahead and that route, or do how is that? Because it used to be some coaches didn't want that, some do. So you being that you seen both worlds, been a part of both worlds. How do you feel about that?
I mean, it's changed a lot because everybody has an AAU team now, and you know, I think the AAU world has kind of gotten away from still teaching the kids how to play because even the freshman who had her or his whole freshman year coming out of high school, I mean, after that year going to an AAU team, they still hadn't learned, they still fully hadn't learned some basics of the game. And I just think that the AAU programs, you have to incorporate some type of skills clinic in there so they could still learn how to pivot, learn how to sharpen, learn why I'm jabbing.
Right,
You know what I mean? And I'm not totally against it because I know it helped me. And I know with AAU, and I don't know if you know that, like high school basketball goes into a dead period
right,
from the 25th of June to like the 9th of July. So they need AAU at that point for exposure. And AAU is basically exposure. It's for you to get exposed, to expose your talent.
right,
So I totally get that part. But as far as, just having them go and play and not having any structure, I don't agree with that. And, a lot of my AAU teams practice. Not when I played AAU. We at least
right,
practice at least once or twice a week.
right,
And I think that every coach that coaches AAU, I mean, if you're not practicing, you should at least practice because
right,
it shows up in the game.
right. Yeah, that's must. I just thought they were crucial because I know that, like I said, that you played and all that kind of stuff like that. So actually, this is now. Let's go on and get into some more nitty gritty. Let's go ahead and get into that coach after this high school coach. For people who do not know um, about Mr. Coach Wayne Turner. Wayne, when you started playing sports, how old were you when you started playing?
When I first picked up the basketball, I was like 8. I think football when I was like 6, but it wasn't organized. It was just I was just out there. We was just out there freestyling, just playing pickup.
Right, right. And
But I was 8 years old
you from Boston?
from Boston. Yup, Boston, Mass.
So everybody know
And I
Boston.
started when I was 8 years old. My first organized team was when I was 8 years old.
Okay, okay. Did you want to play any other sport, or was this bad? I mean, I know back in like our age type stuff, you outside playing sports, whatever. But organized, did you play any other organized sports, or was this solely basketball?
I played a little football, Pop Warner, probably about 3 or 4 games. But football was my first love. I love football. I was fast, so nobody couldn't catch me. You know what I mean? So, Tony Dorsett was my guy. That was my dude right there. Tony Dorsett. That was my guy. I wanted to be like number 33. So, football was my first love. I'll be the first to admit. My cousin is the one that actually stirred me toward basketball. He brought me to the gym one day and there it was. And I still wasn't out of love with football.
Right,
It's just when I got to high school, unfortunately, my high school team didn't have a football. I mean, my high school didn't have a football team. So, then it was only left for me. I tried cross country. Cross country wasn't it for me. We didn't have track. So, I was like, well, is this going to be all? But I tried it all. I tried soccer too. And I was like, nah, I can't do it. You know what I mean? Like basketball is the only thing that's really, entertaining me. So
right.
I'm gonna go all in with this.
What high school did you go to, Wayne?
I went to Beaver Country Day School in Chestnut Hill, Mass. Probably about 3 or 4 miles, not even that far from Boston College.
Oh, okay. Yeah, when you said that chestnut or whatever, yeah, that's big time. So, all right, so you rocking and rolling, you playing. So how was it at your high school? Like, freshman year leading up to senior year. I mean, did you come in? Was you already attacking them, killing them like that? That you had a spot, or did you have to go ahead and earn it for a little bit?
Well, I like to call. See, I went to private school, and I always, I used to tease Jordan Wara, and I used to mess with Jonathan Mitchell because they played in that same private school, prep school league that I played in.
Right,
And when I came in, my school wasn't really known for basketball. I really, chose to go to the school because it was a higher learning of education.
right,
So,
right,
that was my main focus because I was hearing about a lot of Prop 48. Prop 48 was
right,
like you had to sit out a year because you didn't have the core curriculum classes. That's all I kept hearing. And so that was a selling point for them recruiting me to go to the school because I wouldn't have to deal with that. I would have SAT prep.
right,
I wouldn't have to worry about not getting my boards and having to sit out a year in college. So, when I went there, to basically I didn't know what to expect, honestly,
mm,
but I knew the school wasn't really known for basketball or any type of athletic. And when I got there, this kind of changed the culture. Me and a few other guys, one of my good friends, Shannon Bowman, Ben Okiwe, we went over there. We were inner city kids. We went to the suburbs, and we changed the culture. And it was tough. I mean, I played JV in the 8th grade
okay,
because there wasn't no way they was gonna let me play. Middle school. I mean, no, it wasn't gonna work out. So, fortunately, I was able to play JV in the 8th grade, and that helped me out a lot as far as transitioning to high school because I was already kind of around the high school kids.
right,
I was a little privileged, so that worked out really well for me, and it definitely helped my confidence as far as when I got to the next
right,
when I got to high school.
right. So as you going to school and playing, you already doing AAU and stuff like that. Um, when did you realize that? Oh, okay, all right, I'm a bad man. What I'm saying, I'm getting recruited and all this kind of stuff like that. Nobody's gonna stop me, either on the circuit, in the school, whatever. When did you knew that, hey, this is something that It's gonna pay for my education, and and make some money on.
Well, my freshman year, honestly, like I I got a letter from Nike Invitational, and it was the best high school players in the country invited to that camp.
Right.
It was an invitation only. I had no idea what it was, and my high school coach brought me in his office, and he gave me the letter, and he said, it's only 20. He was like, it was only like I think it was like maybe 10 or 20 freshmen that was invited to this camp,
Wow.
and I was like, wow, and he was like, it's a great opportunity. I was like top 5 freshman in the country at the time.
Hmm.
And yeah, that's when I knew like I could really like, make a living out of this sport.
Right. When did you start getting recruited? What grade was you when you started getting recruited?
So I got my first letter from Florida. My first D1 letter came from University of Florida. I remember Lon Kruger, it was handwritten. I,
Yeah.
I probably still got it around here somewhere, but yeah. And that right there was like, wow, I got a letter. I didn't, I see the guy on TV, but
Right.
I just was like, did he really write this? Did somebody write this? But yeah, that was the first time my freshman year I got that letter.
Wow. 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 So as you going up the food chain, ninth grade, going to going to camps and stuff like that. We when did that process really I don't want to intensify it. Let's say that because you get your first letter. When did it become that? And like, how was that recruiting for you? Like so these young people out here that's watching it and stuff like that. Some people is maybe the senior, maybe junior, all this kind of stuff. But how did you make your way through that process?
Well, I kind of, junior year was the year where everything just kind of went like, all of a sudden it went from like, 10 letters to about like, 100 letters.
Whew.
And the coach told me, he was like, he brought me in his office once again, and he showed me all these little boxes. They were like sneaker boxes. And I was like, he was like, these are all your letters. And I was like, wow, like I couldn't believe all the letters I had. And, thinking about it now, like I realized he wasn't giving them to me when they was coming. He
Oh,
kind of waited till they piled up.
oh wow.
And so I'm seeing Michigan and, UNC. I mean, the crazy thing, I didn't have my one letter from Kentucky in there, not one. One from Kentucky, not one from, I had one from Louisville though. But I didn't have not one letter from Kentucky in there. But there's a lot of Big East schools and stuff like that,
Yeah, yeah.
who were recruiting me. I was leaning more toward the East. And yeah, that junior year, man, it took off. Like I was like, whoa, you know
Right,
what I mean?
right, right. Let me ask you this: as a kid from up in New England area, who was you? Who? What team did you like growing up?
Well, you know what? I'm a Celtic fan, you know what I'm saying? Just off the hometown. I'm a hometown guy. Big Reggie Lewis fan.
Yeah,
I really like Reggie Lewis. Also, Danny Bowles, like in my backyard. I mean, that was
yeah,
one of my older guys, role model for me. Definitely someone who gave me a vision
right.
that, you can make it out of the inner city of Boston
Right.
playing basketball. But my team was the Bad Boys, man. I'm a Isaiah Thomas fan. Like that's my guy. Like I
Oh,
don't care what nobody say about his personality. Isaiah Thomas, Zeke, but
I can see that
Zeke,
though.
the real. No disrespect no disrespect to Isaiah Thomas. The, but the real, the Zeke. I'm talking about Zeke.
Zeke. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Zeke. I know you're talking about.
That was my guy right there.
But
You know what I
look,
mean?
but
So
did
you
you have
know.
a college team that you followed when you was younger? Was it Boston College?
Oh,
Are you
I
had?
was Fab Five out. I was
Oh,
Fab Five guy. I was definitely a Fab. They was young freshmen, ball heads,
yeah.
baggy shorts. They had the Black Sox, the Hirachis. I mean, who didn't want to play for Michigan
Right,
back then?
right,
Come on.
right. So right now it leads to this question. So
Hey, I'll throw
okay.
UNLV in there too. I'll throw
Woo!
UNLV running Rebels in there too.
Larry
Anderson
Johnson,
Hunt was
Stacey
my guy.
Augman. Larry Johnson, Stacey Augman, and them. Oh yeah, that was a whole
Yes, sir. Yes,
yeah.
sir.
Oh,
Yes, sir.
God. So who was your final five? Did you have this as final three, or who was your final five teams before you picked Kentucky?
So the crazy thing was Kentucky wasn't even really in my five. Like Kentucky kind of came in late. So I had Boston College, uh, Michigan, UMass, Syracuse, and UConn. That was my five right there. I
Woo!
mean, I loved UNC.
Uh
Hope nobody don't get mad about that, but I loved UNC. Because obviously because of Michael Jordan, of course.
Yes, yes,
You
sir.
know what I mean? The man went there, and I unofficially visited there. Like I saw the place, so it was it was different. It was the South. I'm a up north kid
Right,
from
right.
Boston. I definitely was interested in them. Kansas was recruiting me really hard too.
Okay.
They recruited me real hard.
You
But
didn't want to go out in the
yeah,
Midwest. You didn't want to go out in the Midwest.
I didn't know nothing about it. You know what I mean? I didn't know nothing about it. I think the furthest I had been, and I don't even know if you consider it Midwest, but was Louisiana. I had went to Baton Rouge. That was the furthest
You was down in the
I had
South.
been.
You was in the dirty South. Okay, yes, sir.
Right, right, right. We stayed at Southern, so but nah, man, Kentucky came in late, and hey, I loved it out there, man. I loved the team. I loved the players. They was close. Coach Pitino obviously had a name for himself.
Right,
I was already going to play for an NBA coach. He already coached in the NBA.
right,
So, what better coach, I thought in my mind to play for other than Rick Pitino, who had already came from the NBA. So,
right.
you know,
So Boston and all that stuff already. So you already was familiar with him, big time, all that kind of stuff. So,
right,
so
right.
let me ask you this: was it a culture shock? You know what I'm saying? Come to Kentucky from Boston. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you
Absolutely.
Boston. Yeah, yeah. So
Absolutely.
how'd you adjust?
Absolutely.
How'd you adjust to that, man? Because I know. I mean, granted, playing ball, do kind of stuff, but still, it's like,
Yeah, I just think my team, I think because of my teammates and because of, the Kentucky basketball culture,
Mhm.
it made it easier to adjust because even if I didn't know it back then. I was a celebrity, so already even when I stepped on campus, which is something I did not know, but I think because the fans and my teammates embraced me so much, it helped it transition a little easy, but it was tough not being able to just go get on the Orange Line train, they go get on the bus and,
Yeah.
go to one of my boys' cribs or go to the mall. That part right there was an adjustment. Or go to the bodega right down, on the corner right there and grab some candy or something, whatever it may be. But I think that was probably the major adjustment that I had to make as far as, coming out to Kentucky was just dealing with some of the inconvenience.
And
That's all.
I was going to say, Coach, a lot of people don't understand that. Like you said, when you step foot, actually before when they find out they recruiting you, it's on. I mean, Big Blue Nation is on. You know what I'm saying? So stepping foot out and being like can't go where you want to go. Because sometimes you want to just look, like you said, let me be a kid, let me do what I got to do. And I can imagine because like then, I mean, Rick had it humming. When y'all was there, a little bit before you, it was humming. So it was definitely starting. I don't think people understand. Kids understand that like when you come to the state of Kentucky to play basketball, that's a whole different beast.
Right. No, you're right. No,
So
you're right. I
let,
mean,
let me
unfortunately for me,
go ahead, Coach.
I was gonna say, fortunately for me, I came in with Ron Mercer, so I could kind of, shoot. I was what my guy says. I was a burger boy too, so it was like,
Yeah, yeah.
but I could hide a little bit because Ron they was expecting a lot more from Ron than it was from me, but I wasn't, I could kind of hide a little bit,
Right, right.
but yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, I mean, it ain't easy. I'll tell you that much. It definitely ain't easy, and then you find out fast, what the expectations are. That's for sure.
Right, right. Big time. Oh, let me back up real quick. And you, like you said, you hit Burger Boy. How was that experience, Coach? Playing in that, the mecca of All Star games. Truly, you know what I'm saying. There's some other good ones. We understand that, but that McDonald's, how was that, man? And who was some of the cats you played with?
Man, the McDonald's was amazing. I mean, just thinking about it, it was definitely a goal of mine once I got to my junior year. I always said that I wanted to make a McDonald's because it's at that time, especially when I was coming out of high school, that was the only high school game that came on TV, and it was nationally, televised. And I just wanted to be, I wanted to be that person. I wanted to be on TV, and you know, I play with guys. I mean, Vince Carter was on my team, Sharif Abdul-Rahim, Stephon Marbury, Shamgar Wells, Antoine Jameson. I mean, man, our team
Yeah.
to think that we got blown out. Like we got blown out
Who was
was
on the
crazy.
other team? Who was on the other team?
And Ron Mercer, and we had Ron Mercer. Ron Mercer was on my team. I mean, my team was it was crazy. But then you go to the other side, you
Yeah.
got Paul Pierce, you got Kevin Garnett, you
Oh,
got Tractor Trailer, BJ Mackey, Chauncey Billups. I mean, it was stupid over there. It was crazy on the other side too now. It
right.
was. It really was. It was a great game. It was a great game to be a part of. I argue to this day that the class of '95 best class. It's a big argument.
Uh, you- yeah, I would say that's that one, and that one with Glenn Robinson and Weber and them was too.
Yep, that's the argument. That's the argument right there. We
That's
always argue.
so. All right, let's get to Kentucky. So, playing for Rick, doing your thing. Was it freshman year, y'all? Was it freshman year or your sophomore year when y'all won it? Was it
Freshman year.
freshman year? So freshman year, rocking and rolling, doing that, uh, rock star status, all that kind of stuff, man. How was it playing with that caliber of talent? I mean, you was doing it all your years there, but how was that
But
experience?
that year was crazy because, you know, I think I would like to say Coach Pitino had a lot of fun with that team because, especially with the ego of our team, because you could sit somebody down and put somebody in, and he wasn't really going to lose too much. He wasn't going to lose nothing at all.
Right,
So, the practices was crazy. Like the practices was harder than the game. Like I hated practice. I ain't even gonna hold you. Like I hated practice, man. I hated to see our pressure in
right.
practice. It was a nightmare for me. And but it made me, and at the end of the day, it made us better. But yeah, the practice was like the game days was like days off. Like I felt like it was a day off. But just playing with those guys every day and coming in, like you knew you had to come in and play hard. Like you couldn't come in. There was never a time you could come in and coast.
Right.
Or was never time you could come in there and show that you was tired. Because if you showed that you was tired, you was on the other team. Antoine Walker don't definitely let you know about it. He gonna let you know. He gonna let you know. Oh yeah, it's gonna be a long
Was,
one today.
was he the biggest talker on that team?
You already know. You
Woo!
already know.
It's so,
Twan was definitely our vocal leader. Definitely our vocal leader. Him and Walter McCarty.
yeah. Woo. That team, man. Oh my God. Woo. What what what? Wasn't that the team that came back against LSU?
No, that was '95. That was the year before.
Okay, okay,
That
okay.
was the year before. Yep.
God, yeah,
Actually, Actually, that one might have been 2 years before because I think Travis Ford was on that team. That might have been 93, 94, 93, 94 year. Yup.
Oh, whew.
In Baton Rouge.
All right.
Man,
That's,
that was crazy.
yeah. People turn the TV, man. I don't see that, and all of a sudden you see it on the scroll. Everything's going like that. That's crazy. So freshman year, win the championship, take care of business. Uh, Sophomore year, then y'all go back, right? Was the sophomore year y'all went back?
Yeah, we went back. We
Okay.
went back. Yup.
Okay. So who was in the final four?
So we went back, lost to Arizona
Arizona. God bless, man. Did the
in
final
OT.
the following
Yup.
year when Toby
In
came?
OT. Yup.
Was it the following year with Toby?
Tubby came the next year. Coach. Yup. Yup.
Wow.
Yup. He took the Celtics job. Tubby came in.
I tell you what, Coach.
And the crazy thing is, I never even thought about leaving. Like when Coach Smith came in, because a lot of us didn't. Because Coach Smith had already coached there as an
Right,
assistant.
right.
So and when we played Georgia, it was almost like we was playing against our own kind of style of play.
Mm-hmm.
To an extent, they did something a little different.
Yeah,
Their press was a little different from ours, but we knew he still ran and pressed.
right,
So that's what for us. I know for me, that's why I was like, I'm not going nowhere. And also, he was African American. I never experienced that at that level, and
right.
I thought for him coming in, for someone like myself, being selfish, it would be definitely something that would be great for me.
Right. I don't think people realize. Um, so your career, you went to what? You got first of all, we know you got two championships. You got how many final? Was it three Final Fours?
Three Final Fours, yep, three.
The last year, but you wait a minute, did you go? Did you go 3 or 4 years?
I stayed all four, yep. So we went to the Elite Eight my last year. We lost to Michigan State. Man, I hate talking about
You ain't got to
it.
talk about it, Coach.
Yeah.
You got to talk about it.
No,
I
I
just
hate
want to
even
make.
mentioning
I just want to make. I just want to
it.
make a point that it's so many programs that would love to go to the Elite Eight, and that is you know what I'm saying? That's the end of your career at Kentucky was Elite Eight. You know what I'm saying? Like and that's the lowest of what you achieve. Two championships, three Final Fours, Elite Eight. My goodness! And my partner James, he's a diehard little fan. But he's a sports junkie like I am, and we was going back and forth that like, and I think it still may be true that like you're the winningest player at UK. Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
that's
like,
a fact for sure.
I mean, like that's ridiculous, man. I mean, like, and to me, I think everything that that you did and everything like that. I mean, you carry it on and you can pass it on, but that right there, that stat is ridiculous because you played in the heyday, the resurgence of the heyday of UK basketball, and man, you did your thing, coach. You
I
did
appreciate it, bro.
did your thing for real.
Appreciate it.
So, how'd you get into coaching? I know you said you played some pro ball and stuff like that. What turned into the pro ball turned into coaching?
So, after the ball stopped bouncing, you try to figure out what you want to do. And I was doing a little training anyway, and I was, you got the camps going on and stuff like that, and you coaching, and every summer, like at UK, we had camps where we actually, coached the teams, coached the game, refereed the games, and I hadn't finished my degree when I left school, and I was looking for a coaching job. I was looking to try to get into coaching anyway, and to get into it, you still have to have your degree.
Right.
And it was always in my plans to come back and finish my degree at Kentucky. That was one of the reasons why I even chose Kentucky. One of the main reasons because no matter how long you're out of school, as long as you went to Kentucky for 4 years, and even if you didn't graduate, you could always go back and
Right.
finish your degree
Right.
for free, for free. So, um, you know, when that time came, I went back to finish my degree. I was like, well, I mean, my grandmother passed, and that's all she ever wanted me to do was get my degree. When she passed, I didn't have it. So
Right.
when she passed, that gave me the motivation to go back and finish my degree at Kentucky. And I was living in Boston at the time, and I was, pretty much at the end of my career, trying to figure out what I was going to do next. And when I went back, I got lucky, and they had a position open that was an undergrad assistant position
Okay.
at Kentucky. And Cal had just got the job. He was going into his second year.
Okay.
And so I went to his office and asked him about the position, and he gave me the position right on the spot, which I thought was amazing. And I was shocked.
Right.
And I didn't know what it was going to be like. I had never coached,
Yeah.
especially in that type of arena in my career. And after that year, I enjoyed it. I worked with Brandon Knight, Deron Lamb, Terrence Jones, DeAndre Liggins. I mean, I
Ooh.
really, it really moved. It touched me that I definitely have made an impact on those guys as far as outside of basketball,
Right.
outside the court,
Right.
and that's when I decided, that's when I knew, okay, this is I could do this, I actually love it, you know what I mean? So that's why I ended up deciding to get into it.
Right. So,
Excuse me.
so as you go, how long was you with Cal?
So I was with Cal for that one year.
Okay. And
Just that one season I was with Cal.
okay. Okay.
And after that season that's when I knew like I wanted to coach right after that season because I mean, obviously we went to a Final Four that year.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
I was at my alma mater and I just didn't know, you know, it just wasn't a spot for me at the time to get hired.
Right.
I was kind of like I was an undergrad assistant, so I
Right.
wasn't paid staff. I was just undergrad. But, with coaching, with a lot of people getting into coaching, what they don't understand is that it's a waiting game.
Right.
You got to be patient and something will open up, but they open up fast, but they close fast too. So, you so, you got to be ready. That's one thing I got to say. I will say about coaching, you got to be ready on the spot, like Johnny on the spot, for real.
Right. Right. So after that, then you went to where? Is that when you went to Louisville after that?
So after that, I went back to Boston. I started doing AAU coaching,
Okay.
and with one of my partners out there, we was doing, grassroots, basketball training. He had founded a pretty much a basketball training developmental program,
Okay.
and where he kind of filtered some AAU teams in the mix as well. But it was mainly just to teach your kid how to play basketball, learn the basics of basketball. And see that's what I mean, I love that. I love that. And when I got into that, I was coaching a little bit there as well. I was coaching teams and I liked it a lot. And that's what kind of instilled me to feel like, okay, well, let me try this at a higher level.
Right.
And that's when, I started reaching out to Cal and Coach Pitino.
Right.
And basically Coach Pitino, after I left there, that's how I ended up here in Louisville.
Right.
He
Right.
gave me the position.
Right. Now, how much slack did you get? Be honest. Going to the
Oh my God.
unravel. Be honest, Wayne. Come on now. How much slack did you get? Because I know. First of all, I first of all, I'm born and raised in the 502.
Tell me, Jesus,
So
bro. It was tough. But you know what? like, there's a lot of fans that say I get it. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Because obviously, you know, they were Patino fans as well.
Right,
I
right,
mean,
right,
and it's my career. Like, you know, I'm trying to, you know, have a coaching career. You know, I'm trying to jumpstart my coaching career, but it was tough, man. I mean, I see. I love my coach though. So
right,
for
right,
me, honestly, the only thing that was different for me, like truthfully,
right.
was the bird.
Hmm.
That
Right,
was the only thing that was different was that I had a cardinal bird on my shirt. Everything
right.
that he did, the way he ran his program, I
Same.
felt like I was right back at Kentucky
Right,
and but only on his staff.
right,
The
right,
way he treated his players, the way he ran his program, it was the same way, the same similar way
right,
that he ran the program when I was at Kentucky. And it
right.
was just so weird. It was weird. I don't know what. Seriously, like even thinking about like Peyton's one of my favorite, you know, one of my favorite Louisville players. I love Gorgie, love Trez, love Terry, love all those guys, Russ.
Right,
I just felt like they was like my younger brothers.
right.
Like for real. Like I really felt like they was my younger brothers because they come from that Patino tree and the way
Exactly.
like we just interacted. I would have. I didn't know no better. Shoot, I would have thought I was playing with them too. You know, like everything they went through, like I felt it. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right, right,
And they was at Louisville, so you know, I mean,
right.
I didn't have no shame, and Louisville's a great university. I mean, it really is. I mean, you would never know listening to Kentucky fans, but Louisville's a great school, man, and
But
you know,
let me
I had some good years there. I really would say that I'll never regret it.
let me ask you this, Coach. Especially like when you was at Kentucky, you know what I'm saying? There for that, you with Cal and like, of course, you know what I'm saying, doing the grassroots come to U of L, with Rick, like, you know, you was probably a godsend for a lot of those players because, like you said, you went through that. You knew, you know, what Rick wants, you know, wanted and everything, and wanted you to do. So I know that you was a heavy lean on. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, hey, Coach Turner, what's Rick talking about? How can I do this? Like, I mean, your role, like you said, like, you know, it's that tree, it's that. I done played with that. Like, you know, it's not about where you went and all this, and that it's like, hey, bro, hey, I play. I'm a former player with that, and like, you know, did you bring up like, hey, you know, all that experience and all that kind of stuff that helped you? And I know you did because, like I said, and I'm gonna go back what in case anybody who's just joining the show. Um, to me, like I said, I always thought that you was the best point guard that Rick's ever had, and the number two to me is probably, and I know Kentucky fans gonna be mad, but it's probably Peyton Seaver. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, so how was that connection with Peyton and yourself?
Well, Peyton was already gone, but see, Peyton would come back,
Hmm.
and I would work with Peyton,
Okay,
rebound for him, work him out, playing one on one, stuff like that. And Peyton will always be like, "Man, I used to always have to hear your name in the meetings and all that." And I was like, "Yeah, I used to always have to hear the guys before me name
right,
too." So I definitely get it.
right,
But yeah, no, I mean, guys like Donovan Mitchell, who
yeah, yeah,
he kind of came in not to coach's expectations as far as his physique and how he fit in with the program.
okay,
And I just told Donovan like this because the defense wasn't, you know, as highly expected as coach wanted it to be. And I said, Donovan, I said, you know what? Just get steals, bro. And
right.
coach leave you alone. And hey, he went out there and led the ACC in steals. He was number one in steals. I said, Donovan, I said, is coach still bothering you about your defense? He said, nah, he ain't even. I said, I try to tell you. Go get some steals, bro. You be
Yes, sir.
good. What he gonna
Right.
say?
Hey,
Because I was a big steal guy, and I knew that. Like I knew coach would always be on me about steals
right.
because of my quickness, my position, and once I started stealing the ball, it made up for all them blow bys.
That's real. That's real talk right there. Heck no.
Yeah,
So your
yeah,
first
but
year,
little messages like that, I would give the guys, and
let me
and just tell them, coach is trying to get you to play hard. That's all.
let me ask you this: your first year, who was the guards? Was it D. Mitch or was it Terry? Who was the guards when you first came to Louisville?
So it's Russ Smith, Chris Jones,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Wayne Blackshear, Luke Hancock. Trying to think who else. Yeah, I think those are the guys that were playing.
Right. So that's good.
Yeah,
I'm going to ask you this.
Terry Rozier. Terry was there. Terry Rozier was there.
So let,
Terry was a freshman.
so let me ask you this, and I know you probably, I hope, I know you do utilize this with your own team. Like when you have a player that comes in and or will come in, and expectation is sky high, and they're fighting it. You know what I'm saying? WB. Everybody in Louisville thought that XYZ, but to keep him focused, even a young lady focused, how hard is that, Coach? Because everybody here now, social media is just everywhere. It's everywhere.
It's hard because as much as coach try to monitor it and try to tell the guys not to get on Twitter or get on Instagram and express yourself after a game and stuff like that, they still made a mistake and did it,
Right,
and but he did. I thought he did a great job of Twitter. I think he took the Twitter away. Instagram was okay, which I felt like was along the same lines anyway, but it's a different type of message that you're putting out there, more of a picture message than
right,
just a written message. But it's tough. I mean, you basically like he used to take the phones on the road. Like he just take all their phones on the road. And, that night before the game, then nobody had no phones. But, it's kinda like, you know, Wayne Blackshear, 21 years old. Like he a grown man. You took his phone on the road. So, it get tough when they as they get older, when the
right.
seniority comes into play, it's really tough. But you got to kind of find a way to get involved. I feel like as a coach, like I think Coach Calipari does a great job of just being involved with the whole social media world, and that way I think he better monitors his players.
Right. That's key. I want to hit one more thing before I go back to Atherton and then another thing. Um, you're in the Hall of Fame of your alma mater. How does that feel to be the elite of the elite at your former school, man? Your alma mater. How was that, and what year was that?
So that happened 2020, and I obviously we just had the ceremony last November, so in November, so that was definitely a relief. And I'm grateful, man. I'm really happy to have come in to a great university and been able to play at the highest level, the level that I was capable of playing with. But not only that, but just playing with a great group of guys too, like Tony Dell, Antoine Walker, Walter McCarty, Derek Anderson.
Right,
Von Mercer. Coming in and playing with those guys, I can't ignore the fact that they wasn't part of the reason why I also got into that elite group because every day, you know, I had to come and compete against those guys. I knew what the best looked like.
right,
And, for me to, after they left, and for me to help lead a team to the championship, I give those guys credit because they taught me how to lead. They pretty much showed me how to be humble. They showed me how to deal with adversity. And, man, I can't be more grateful, man. That it became a goal. It became a goal. Once by the time, I left school, I definitely said to myself, I want to be, I want to be in the Hall of Fame in Kentucky, and I beat them up a little bit, but
Ah,
I was like, but I was like, man, and the only reason why is because, I mean, the critics are always going to come to play, but I just felt like, I did a little more than some people, and
right.
closed mouths don't get fed, but I just felt like, I definitely deserved to be somewhere in there, and
Right.
to be in there for them to put me in there. I'm definitely grateful. I don't care how long it took. I'm definitely grateful to be a part of that group. Dan Issel, Jack Givens. I mean,
Ooh,
and
like,
the list goes on and on. Kenny Wall. I mean, it's crazy. So
yeah.
I mean, I, I feel good about my basketball career
I
now.
know that's right. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Like I said, I ain't gonna lie, when you like probably the first Hall of Famer. We done had some pros out here and all this kind of stuff, like yourself, but the Hall of Famer at an elite school like that, it goes, that right there is something to brag about and all this kind of stuff like that.
Appreciate it.
So, hey, definitely.
Appreciate it.
So back to Atherton real quick. So, what is the outlook? Real quick, give us a how was the season this past season, and what is the outlook for next season?
Well, we had a tough season last season. Like I'm trying to build a program up to the expectations of where I'm used to being at, and and that's a competitive nature. And we have some young kids on our team. We only have one senior this year, so we got everybody pretty much coming back.
Okay.
Um, and we got some rising stars on the team. Mari Robinson's definitely going to be someone who's going to be, definitely talked about at Atherton. And I'm looking. We lost to some teams that I thought we should have beat last year, and we could have beat, but we definitely going to beat them this year. And it's still a work in progress. It's still a growing progress. Like they've never had anyone, from my understanding, that's been invested as much as I have been. And so, it's definitely gonna be a winning season. I say that again. It's gonna be
Oh
a
man,
winning season.
get him, coach.
You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir.
But we got hit by COVID this year, along our Western tournament, and Western had a Christmas tournament. It was a great tournament for us. We made it all the way to the championship. We lost to J Town. J Town had a very, very good player on their team, and it was crazy. She was an eighth grader, but she was really good.
Oh,
And unfortunately, we lost to her, and we were runner ups. And after that, we got hit with COVID. So after that, when the COVID hit us, it kind of took us like a month to recover because of the protocols that we had to go through with JCTS. And we had a winning record at the time. And when that happened, my team just got a little discombobulated, and our chemistry just kind of went. And we just never really recovered. And we lost the Sacred Heart in the district semifinals, which we should have been playing them in the championship, but that remains to be said.
right, right, right. That's hey man, things like that. But I love, like I said, as long as them young ladies come and do what they got to do, you know what you're doing, and that's great stuff. Um, Real quick, I want to go ahead and this right here. I haven't done this in a while, but I'm gonna do it because I know you know your stuff. So let's go have a little bit of fun real quick with Coach Turner. So here we go. Let's see.
But you put me on the hot seat.
No, it's not a high seat, not a high seat, Coach. You good. We have a thing. We have different stuff. So best dunker 50, 45, 40. So basically, number one is 50, then second and third. You got Dominique in-game dunkers. Dominique Wilkins, Vince Carter, Michael Jordan. Rank them.
Ooh, I'm gonna go with man, that's tough with Neek and Vince. But I'm gonna go with Vince because he's class '95,
Okay, okay.
and and Then I'm gonna go with Neek. Then I'm gonna go with Jordan.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong.
That's tough, man. That's tough.
Hey, wait a minute, wait a minute. We ain't done, Coach. We ain't done yet, Coach. Right here. Now, this is franchise players, all-star players, stat players. So, franchise being the best, then the next is all-star, then stat players the third. Donovan Mitchell, Devin Booker, Jamal Murray. Now, hold on. I want to tell you, wait a minute, Coach, before you answer this, for all the Kentucky people who might watch this, this has been made months ago. So, we bring people on, we do this. So, I don't want to say that about no Kentucky Louisville stuff. So, basically, you rank it. Because you know how people get. Oh,
No,
no.
I'm keep it real. Keep it real. I'm building a team around Donovan Mitchell first.
Mhm.
Then I'm gonna go Devin Booker,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna go Jamal Murray.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Cool. I just hope Murray gets back to where he can, you know what I'm saying, get healthy and do what he got to do.
Yeah, yeah. He was having a great playoff
Oh,
season.
my goodness gracious. Also, franchise players, all-star players, stat player, young LaMelo John. Who you got, Coach?
Ooh, man. I'm gonna go with Lamelo first. Then I'm gonna go Ja, and then who was the last person?
Young, Trey Young.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Man, yeah, I'm gonna go Melo, Ja, and then Young. Yeah, and I'm sticking with that.
All right. Oh, okay, we got one more, Coach. One more on you,
I
Coach.
like Lamelo. I'm a Lamelo
All
fan,
right,
and I
yeah,
like Ja, but I'm a Lamelo fan.
he's a beast. Now these are shooters. Miller, Curry, Allen. So we got Boston in there. We got Curry and Miller. So you got Allen, Curry, Miller, franchise players, all-star players, stat player. Rank them.
I'm definitely going Curry first.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna go with Reggie second, and then I'm gonna go with Ray third.
Woo. Is that because Ray left Boston?
No, 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 I love Ray. That's
Okay.
hey, that's why UConn was on my list.
Okay.
I wanted to play with Ray, but
Okay.
I just think Reggie, man, hey, I've seen the first Boston Celtics game that I ever went to. I got lucky. I was on the front row. I was in high school. I was a senior in high school,
Uh,
and I saw Reggie Miller destroy the Boston Celtics. I mean, he couldn't miss. He didn't miss, and he was talking trash. It was crazy.
so let me ask you this for to the film. Let me ask you this for all. This next question is for all the ladies and all this kind of stuff like this. Who is your favorite R&B group? Don't
Favorite R&B group
don't let me
is.
don't let me down, Wayne, because I'm throwing you a lob. I hope I'm
But
throwing.
does it have to be a group though?
Yeah, I'm throwing you a lob, Boston.
What?
I ain't gonna no. I'm gonna take it back.
Absolutely,
I'm gonna take it back.
absolutely, absolutely.
Okay,
Ain't no question. I
okay.
mean, come on now.
I'm throwing you a lob. Nah, I
Any
saw a picture.
heartbreak all day long.
Yeah.
Any heartbreak all day long.
Okay, okay, okay.
No addition for sure. Shoot, I was just with Mike at the Derby.
Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah. I saw a picture. I saw a cool picture with you and them and all that kind of stuff. And I mean, of course, y'all
Yep,
from Boston
yep,
and stuff like that. So I'm like, all right, let me go ahead
yep,
and put that.
yeah, 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 yeah. You done it. He got me on that one. Yeah, absolutely.
I was like, well, hold
For
on,
sure.
redirect all this. Hey,
Right.
before I get you out of here, we always give everybody a chance to go ahead and talk about, give thanks to any important people in their lives and all that kind of stuff. So, Coach, the floor is yours. Go ahead and thank who you need to thank.
Man, I just want to say thank you to everybody who supported me, just supported me as a person, as a a basketball player, especially the UK fans, even the Louisville fans who showed me love when I was in Louisville. I just appreciate everybody who, supported Wayne Turner and what Wayne Turner was about. Thank you.
Good stuff. Good stuff, Coach. We're gonna definitely be out. I'm gonna holler at you so we can connect and all that kind of stuff and get some coverage for your team and put you on our website and all that kind of stuff like that. Hey man, I really appreciate you joining us. The Mark and Will show. Wish you nothing but the best. And like I said, hey, I'm gonna say it again. Wayne Turner was the best point guard Rick P. had. Holler at me. Y'all got my comments. Let me know. But hey, thank you, Coach, for joining, man. God
I
bless.
appreciate you.
All right,
I appreciate you, man. You have a good evening.
you too. Man, y'all need to stop playing. What we doing on this show is ridiculous. Wayne Turner. Y'all know who he is. Hey, coach of Afternoon Girls basketball player, team. Former UK player, did his thing. Great guest. Wish him nothing but the best. Tomorrow, we have a special high school basketball player coming on tomorrow. Actually, we got him coming on, let me see, Tuesday, Wednesday. Then a coach. Coach of Easton's coming on Thursday. So we're going to surprise you with the girl basketball and the boys basketball player. But look, make sure you guys go to www.markandwillshow.com. Number bangers, y'all. God bless. Thank you, Wayne. Happy Father's Day to you. I meant to say that to you. God bless everybody, man. Hey, good night. Peace.
It's 8 p.m. Crease. Let's get it. Mark and Will, yeah. Mark and Will, yeah.
It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Monday through Friday, player. Watch it while you on the go. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Catch them at 8 p.m. They gon' tell you what they know. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Monday through Friday, player. Watch it while you on the go. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Catch them at 8 p.m. They gon' tell you what they know.